So my name is Dave Lockwood with Remove It Pros Demolition, and I want to tell you a little bit about the junk removal and the demolition business. We've done the same businesses that you're doing, or that you're thinking about doing, or that you're thinking about going into. So let me show you what we have in this warehouse. Come and follow me. So these are kitchen cabinet sets. So we basically walked in, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets just in this row. So let me ask you a question. Do you make more money with kitchen cabinet sets that are in a dumpster or that are sitting in a warehouse? Okay, what's holding you back? Why wouldn't you repurpose stuff? Okay, well, first of all, you're going to think it's going to take too much time. Well, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't take that much more time. Okay, it does take more time, but not what you think. When you're doing a big job and you spend an extra 5 hours on that job and you end up with $10,000 worth of stuff you can repurpose, I don't know, man. Do you think that's a good idea or not? Well, what you need to know is you need to know, does this work? Well, let's go and look a little bit more. That's Lee Michael right there. He does itself for us. So the stuff that we get is mind-blowing. So let's take a look right here. So these are all refrigerators that came from demo or junk removal jobs. Every one of these, look at that, $249, $21.86, $649, $899. So all these high-end fridges, we put them on eBay. Now, you think, holy cow, wouldn't I have to ship them? Yeah, it's easier than you think. So the confidence of learning how to do this stuff and knowing that it'll work before you spend a tremendous amount of time on it is what you can gain from us. Okay, so we interrupt this video. We're sponsoring our own video here, and we want to talk to you about things that you may want to know. So we have been getting a lot of comments asking about demolition. So we're curious, are you interested in learning more about demolition and what parts of demolition make money, the how, when, why, where, and what's profitable, how to bid them out, so on and so forth. So at the end of this video, we have a little questionnaire. It basically says that when we have more information, we're going to let you know. So I have a book that's about 3/4 of the way written on selective demolition, and I have some master courses we're working on. We're just trying to figure out what you're interested in, and we'll let you know when it's available. So let's go ahead and go look at some of the other stuff that we got in here. This is a front door that would have ended up in a dumpster. $4,049 is what we're asking for it. Now you might ask us why that number is such a crazy number. There's a reason for that. Okay, here's another kitchen cabinet set. Here's another kitchen cabinet set. Here's another kitchen cabinet set. And look at this vanity. So we got this vanity and this vanity. Plus I have 100 more. Okay? So it doesn't take that long to build this kind of an inventory up. Now look at this stove right here. This stove, brand new, would have been in the neighborhood of $15,000. We're asking $2,700 for it. These are extremely heavy, hard to move around, but you know what? Everything's easy when you know how. So knowing how is the secret to this. So here's some more vanities. Okay. Another Wolf cooktop. I don't know if you're familiar with Wolf, but Wolf is like, it's like the Rolls Royce or the Mercedes Benz of appliances. We've got that. Viking is the same way. We got all these Viking stoves. We ship anywhere from 5 to 10 of those a year out on eBay, okay? And there's a process to it, okay? There's a process to everything, and it makes it very profitable. This gizmo right here, $21,000 brand new if you Google Lens it, okay? Now we're asking $899 for it. Now last week we were asking $999 for it. There's a reason for that. Check this out. Here's some more refrigerators. What do you think about that? So here's another kitchen cabinet set. Here's a couple more vanities. Now all of this stuff, and the majority of this stuff, would have ended up in dumpsters in this high-end market that we work in. Meanwhile, if you come back in here, this is an appliance area that we have in our warehouse. Okay, now check this out. There's another 5 refrigerators. Okay, this is a Viking oven. Okay, very, very expensive stuff. Now, you say, well, geez, I'm not in that kind of a marketplace. Well, yes, you are. There's a wealthy neighborhood in your area that's this kind of stuff is being taken out in that area. You got to become that guy, or you got to become that guy to the demo contractor, and you say, hey, I'll give you a little bit of money if you take this stuff out, spend the extra 5 hours taking it out. I'll give you a couple $1,000s for it, and then you get $20,000 worth of stuff you can repurpose that he would have put into a dumpster that he would have had to pay to dump. So the confidence to know that this works is the key. Let's go back in, take a look. We're going to walk through and just check this out. Okay, now you come back in here. We have 24 Connex boxes full of stuff. This one's full. This is full. 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 Mostly full. Full. Okay, we sold a kitchen cabinet set earlier today, and they came and got it today. Look, in this one box, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 just in this box vanities. Okay, so we've grown into we didn't start like this, but what got us to get ahead quickly was the fact that we were repurposing. Because what we did in the beginning is we would do the junk removals, and then we would get all this crazy stuff, and we would take the time to figure out what things were worth. And then we went and put them on eBay if it was appropriate, or Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace eventually. More in the early days, it was just Craigslist. And what happened is, one day I found, man, I always got like $500 in my pocket. And the next thing you know, I always had $5,000 in my pocket. And then the next thing you know, I had more in my pocket. But I didn't leave it in my pocket. What I did is I went and found a dump trailer that somebody, maybe left out in the weather too long, and put new wheels on it and cleaned up the wiring and bought a dump trailer for half price. And then bought a box truck that had some problems, and I fixed that. And then I turned around and then I bought a second one, then we bought a third one, we bought a fourth one. So keep coming with me. So all these Connex boxes, there's 24 total, are completely full of kitchen cabinets, appliances, cabinets, vanities. That semi truck right there, that's our overflow. That thing is slap full of stuff that we don't have room for. And we're waiting for it, and we'll pull the stuff out as we need it. We have this Connex box over here. All right, so all this stuff normally ends up in the dump, okay? So right here, look at this. I know, because that's what I see when I go past my competitors and I see what they're doing. So all of these right here are all hurricane rated doors, okay? They're all, they came out of houses that were being torn down, or condos that have been being upgraded. A lot of times the condos are incorporating their lanais into their living space. This is all stuff that came and was in the way. They're totally renovating something. It's just going to get trashed, so they say just take it. So meanwhile, we got all these windows here. We've got all this here. And I know this is a lot, but I want you to understand the gravity of what we're talking about. The amount of stuff that you can accumulate in a very short period of time. I mean, when we first started doing this, come on, follow me. When we first started doing this, it didn't take no time, and we had 500 things on Craigslist, and then I had 200 or 300 things on eBay. Of course, I burned a lot of time on eBay because I didn't know what would sell and what wouldn't sell, and I didn't know how important it was to do the eBay stuff a certain way. Because what ended up happening is I had all kinds of different stuff that I put on that never sold. So I spent a lot of time listing things that would never sell. So here is another kitchen cabinet set, another vanity, some more refrigerators. This right here came from a famous celebrity's house. More refrigerators. Look at all these vanities. I'm just trying to tell you that what happened to us after doing this for 11 years. So this old warehouse we bought, it's a piece of junk warehouse, but it's perfect for what we do. We put Connex boxes out here to put things in. Things are very expensive here. And to buy the kind of stuff that, to buy like a Walmart building or something, is just cost prohibitive. You just can't do it. And then we get these really crazy cool things like this, which is a whole bingo setup. Now, do I think that'll sell? I don't know. We'll find out. Meanwhile, all of these Connex boxes, we have all this different stuff. Check out these 3 Connex. Just look down this one. Just look down this one. Just look down this one. Okay, now, this also came from a celebrity's house. Not allowed to say who. These things are over 20 grand brand new. This is bronze. All this stuff through here is all stuff that we've got on the market. It's on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Now, let's go back and look at my scrap area. Let me show you all the stuff we get from back here. If you turn around and look at this, you see all the tires and stuff like that we get. You turn them out this way and you look at all the HVAC systems we're getting from these high-end houses. Now 18 of them came from a high-end celebrity's house. We're not allowed to say who again. All of this here, so this dumpster right here is for nothing but aluminum. This dumpster right here is nothing but aluminum. This dumpster here is nothing but regular scrap metal. Now, should we mess with that? Is there enough money in scrap metal to mess with? Well, I'm telling you, we're doing a couple $100 grand a year. Actually, more than that probably. I'd have to add it up. I'd rather under promise, over deliver. Now come here and check this out. So if you look down there, you see all the copper. This is all stuff that's being worked on. And when you come in here, check this out. Now it's a train wreck. So we do things a certain way. The faster you scrap, the better off you are, because guess what? You know, there's not a lot of money in scrap metal when you're paying incomes with it, when you're paying an hourly rate with it. So if you come back in here, take a look at this big old thick copper wire. Now, a lot of times if you don't take the effort, this stuff's just heading to the dump. Now, the guys will pick off the easy stuff and take it to the scrap yard, but they don't do the harder stuff. So if you look through here, this whole area, everything in here is all designed to maximize our what we're making, okay? So we're making a little bit of money off of each different thing, okay? So we didn't do this in the beginning. Started out with junk removal. We started having people ask us who takes out kitchens and baths and stuff like that. And we said, I'll do it. Then we realized there's a huge market for flooring removal, so we added that on. Then we realized that people really, really need somebody to do their concrete cutting, so we added that on. We had a lot of people asking us for dumpsters, so we added that on. So we're doing all of them. Everything from hands-on selective demolition, which is most of our work, tearing down buildings, and then all the way from scrapping, doing everything we can to recycle and repurpose as much as possible. Now, I have a course, and I don't have a course. I have, down below, I'm trying to find out how much interest we have in me going ahead and finishing up a book I am doing on selective demolition. Okay, selective demolition and repurposing, both, 2 different books. There'll be a little bit of each in both books, but basically what happened is we started out trying to figure out how to get stuff for as cheap as we possibly can in order to throw it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or eBay and make money. And we made a lot of money really quick. So it was really cool. So that has grown into, you know, an 8-figure demolition business. Now, what do? We do things a little different. We added repurposing in with the demo and the junk removal. Okay? There's a lot of shortcuts here. And if you're at $500,000, you want to go to $1 million, I could show you how we did it. If you're at $1 million, you want to go to $5 million, I can't guarantee anything, but I can show you how we did it. If you want to go from 5 million to 10 million, I can't guarantee anything, but I can show you how we did it, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. Now, there's 3 of us that are doing this together. It's my son and his best friend and my best friend. The 3 of us run this thing every day. So, you know, success leaves clues. So I'm not going to be Mr. Guru here. I'm just telling you what we're doing. If you're looking for the shortcuts and you're interested in this and you want to know more about it and you're in the junk removal business or the demolition business or some other related business, I've had somebody contact me and they're from a completely different business today I didn't even think about. I've got about 50 slots. I'm sorry, we have 50 slots. I had 50 slots this morning. I have 16 of them filled up already today. So when I get to 50, I'm going to do a little beta group and I'm going to talk to people and ask them, what are you looking for? What's important to you? Are you interested in a master class? No sales pitch, no nothing. I just want to know what's out there, who wants to know more about this. If you're one of those people, hit the link down below. Hit the link in the first comment, and it's basically going to be a wait list for our master class. My repurposing book, I don't really have a name for them. I think we threw a name on there. We don't really know that that's going to end up being the name of it. Both these books are about 3/4 of the way finished, and then the master class, I mean, I know what I know, and I've taught a couple people how to do this, just buddies of mine, and they've done really well. So if you're interested, you want to know more about it, we'll let you know when the books are done. Click down below. If you're interested in the master class, let us know. We're gonna starting to do that interviews this week. So Dave Lockwood, Remove It Pros Demolition. We're Reuse It Pros is the name of the company that I just gave you a tour of. It's www.reuseitpros.com. You could look it up. We do this every day. This is not some hype. This is not no BS. This is the real business we work every single day. So that's it. I'll see you on the next video.